Okay, I wanted to give you, just maybe I took a little bit of time out here to give you a little uh, view of what's going on in the back in the garden here. So what you're looking at is about a 12-foot wide, 12-foot long, 3-foot wide um, pole beans stand. First time I've ever grown pole beans. I always grow bush beans, which I actually have 2 rows in another part of the garden, but I moved this out into the open so it could get a lot of ventilation, gets a lot more sun here. Now, I do have an issue whereby the instructions on the seeds, the guidelines, say that these bush beans, these pole beans, grow no more than 7 feet high. Maximum height, guaranteed. Build your stakes up that high, give them some good support, you're good to go. Problem is, I put stakes up 8 feet. These grew above that. As you can see at the top, I'll get a little bit closer. They're actually, they've actually gone way above. They've gone at least 2 feet, some cases 3 feet above that. And then there's nothing to hold on to, so they lean over. They fall over and they grab a hold of whatever's underneath. And that works okay. A couple of problems though. One is I'm going to need my big step ladder to actually pick the beans, which are not coming now. And when the little bit of a wind blows, it's like a huge top heavy, I don't even know what to call it. It blows around. I spend about 15 minutes every single morning tying it back, trying to keep it sturdy, hoping we don't get a big wind come by here and just blow this thing over. But as the beans start to get bigger, it's going to be a lot more weight, and because it's top heavy, even though I have it secured really well as best I can, given that I wasn't prepared for this kind of height, it's a bit of a problem. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on what's going on there. I don't know if you can actually see. I know I have some that you can see on the other side here, I think, because I'm going to be going into the sun. There's some, oh yeah, there's some. I think you'll see, where are they? You'll see some beans right there. All right, so those are the first ones. They're coming down. And then because this was supposed to be 7 feet high, fairly manageable, and I had a bunch of sunflower seeds left over, I, in my infinite wisdom, sounded like a good idea at the time, I put a stand of, these should be about 6-foot sunflowers in the back. So this is the opposite side from the south, so this doesn't interfere with the sun that they get, but we got 2 issues now that they're getting to be that high, and they're going to be blooming, as you can see, very shortly. It's going to cause me an access issue with my ladder on this side, so I don't know what I'll do with that. Of course, the squirrels might come along and take care of the whole sunflower situation for me. I don't know, yet to be seen. This is the main part of the garden. I don't have a big garden, but I make very good use of what I have, several different areas. As you can see, my sunflowers, if you notice my post from a few days ago, my sunflowers are actually still standing after the onslaught of the squirrels, just cutting them down, chopping them up. You'll see they're, what happened was, 2 days after I posted that, I decided to see no more squirrels, no more chipmunks. Couldn't figure out where they went. And then yesterday I was actually working in the back on the perimeter of the property, and I spooked a red-tailed hawk who was sitting in the tree. Believe me, he spooked me as well. And then I realized that all of the rodents, the squirrels and the chipmunks, and even the new rabbits that have come out recently, they're all in hiding. So now I've got 2 hawks circling the yard pretty much all day. So maybe my squirrel problem temporarily is gone. I'll just give you a quick quick look here. There's some nice, everything I grow is 100% organic. For anybody that grows organic, you know it's a lot of work, a lot of preparation. But there's some really nice tomatoes. Those are big boys. Those are going to start to ripen up. We had a bit of a late season this year because we had a lot of cool weather early on. And we got some nice peppers here. This is a really nice big basil. Absolutely beautiful. I wish you could smell it. And I just go back over here. You'll see we got some nice peppers. They're starting to come. Another week or so, I'll be picking some peppers out of here. There's about nine pepper plants. And you'll see that these are my onions, some of my onions. They're all laying over now. And you'll see they go all the way down. That's about 20 feet. There's 160 onions that actually came up. So we've got, these are getting ready. Another couple weeks. I don't know if you can see, there you go. You can see that. That's my fist. That's about as big as my fist. That's about 3 inches across. That one. Those are yellow onions. And then we've got some. Here you'll see we've got some red. Real nice red. So we had about 80 yellow and 80 red. We've had some red in salads in the past few days. Extremely potent, very, very strong, raw, but they're going to be fabulous. So then I have one of my beet patches here. You saw the picture yesterday. Just started harvesting some beets. Nothing better than steamed beets. These were absolutely fabulous. Nice mild flavor. Beautiful. That is a very large rosemary. You can see that okay. Actually, it's the biggest one we've ever grown because rosemary is an annual around here, and it dies off in the winter completely. You have to replant every single year. But this past winter, for some reason, I came out in mid to late February, and it was still green on this plant. So I took a big 10-gallon black pot with some holes in it, and I covered it with that, put a rock on top. And in the spring, when I took it off, it was all green, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We can't, how much rosemary can you use, right? So it's beautiful. These are my pole beans. I think I can get down here. You'll see. I just picked a whole pile for tonight's dinner, but you'll see a lot of beans here, right? There's 2 rows here. These were actually year-old seeds. These were seeds from last year that we didn't use, so I gave it a shot, and they're absolutely doing fabulous. So you see, it's about 8-inch long beans, beautifully mild, tender in the steamer. They're beautiful. Got some more sunflowers over here. You see, these are big 10, 12 footers with lots of blossoms. They attract honeybees like crazy, which is why I like to plant them around the garden, because there's no lack of pollinators with these. So you might actually, I don't think this camera's that good. I don't think you'll see that honeybee. You might see that honeybee there. In the back is my cucumber stand. There's 16 plants, and I grow them in the back because of the height, for one thing, and then because the deck is there, I can put my stakes in and bring the stakes as high as they'll want to go, which is about 8 feet, and then I overlap some plastic tubing up over the top of the deck, and I just let them grow up over the top of the deck. And then I can actually, if I come over here, I'll just show you a quick, because this is a longer video. Well, there's a beauty right there. Right? Nice. So they get lots of ventilation. Back here between the deck, there's about 3 feet between the deck and where the plants are, and I can walk back in there, water them, you know, do some weeding whenever I have to, and they get plenty of ventilation. So you'll see. All right, there's some nice. There's one ready to pick there. All kinds of cucumbers. We started picking only about 2 weeks ago, and I think we've already picked 35 or more, maybe closer to 40 cucumbers. Again, how many can you eat? So we give them, Jeannie takes them to work some every day, so she's very popular, and that's that. There are some other herbs in another part of the yard. There's oregano, there's thyme, there's spearmint and peppermint, and something else over there. So anyway, that's my little tour. I meant to only show you the pole beans because it was on my mind, but there you go. I gave you the not so grand tour. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for now.